So I believe I might not have come across clearly in my biggest mistakes video on my reasonings. So I wanted to make this follow-up video to not only clear up my thoughts, but also give you guys a message at the end for reaching a milestone on this channel. So let's get right into it. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kate the 7th, and I'll be your host today. Now, I believe the first misunderstanding was actually the drive disk. Now, yes, I do think it is viable to farm for drive disk at level 35. And yes, I do understand the points that many people were making that getting a 4-piece set for your main DPS can be a very good thing. I do agree with that. But in my experience so far in Zenlesszonezero, I've been able to get more than enough disc for my main team without having to farm really hard for them. Now, I know people were talking about Shiyu defense, but we'll get there eventually. And I don't think you should be worrying too hard about Shiyu defense right now. So if it came off as I was saying don't get drive disc at all in my video, then I apologize for that. I should have been more clear with my thoughts and should have been a little bit more specific. Now, on the second point, when it came to credits and other resources, from playing Genshin Impact and also playing Honkai Star Rail, for me personally, I have always struggled with Mora or credits, or in this case, they're called Denny's in Zenlesszonezero, because I like to build a lot of characters. That's how I like to play. But if you are someone who does not like to build a lot of characters, you only build just a few to make 2 or 3 teams, then I can understand the point that maybe you don't have to be as lenient with your resources, but still I think it's better to have a little bit more than you need than it is to not have enough and in the future really come back to bite you in the ass. So I still do believe in my point that you should have some excess resources. Now onto the third point, building your first team and then building your second team. I still believe in this. Now, there were many people saying, well, you need 2 teams for Shiyu defense. Well, yes, guys, this is a Hoyo game. You need 2 teams for any in-game in Hoyo. You always need 2 teams. This is not nothing new. But it has always, in my opinion, been more effective to focus on 1 team at a time. I believe right now in Zenlesszonezero, I would prefer to get my first team all level 40, get their talents, whatever the max is for level 40, I believe it's level 7, and also upgrade their weapons, and maybe even get your main DPS that 4-piece drive disc we were talking about. I believe that would be much better to go ahead and get that first team done, and then move on to your second team. I think it's much better to focus on 1 team, then move on to the second, because for me, it's more efficient. I like focusing on 1 thing at a time. Now onto the fourth one, saving and using ether batteries. I absolutely agree with some of the comments. If you use ether batteries on guaranteed upgrades, then it's truly not a waste. And what do I mean by guaranteed upgrades? So your agent's skills, your agent's level, your agent's W engines, those are guaranteed upgrades. However, you're only speeding up the process by a few days. I still believe in it's not a race, it's a marathon. There's really no reason to use your ether batteries so quickly unless you're just trying to rush. And there's really no reason to rush in a Hoyo game. Everything is time gated in Hoyo games. Everything is. And I don't believe there's any reason to rush. Now, if you're just trying to clear Shiyu defense as fast as possible, then absolutely go for it. Again, it's not a waste if you use it on guaranteed upgrades. But if you are a casual player, like most people are, there's no reason to rush. So I believe you can use some of your ether batteries. I just wouldn't recommend using all of your ether batteries. I like to keep a stock of ether batteries. That way, if something did come up in the future, such as maybe a new drive disc set, or maybe a new character comes out that you really love, you have an excess of ether batteries that you can use on that character to quickly get their stuff, and the quicker you get their stuff, the faster you can play them at their max performance. This is patch 1.0. There's really no reason to rush, guys. This game's not going anywhere. Even with all the Doom posting, this game's not going anywhere. So yes, it's not a waste to use your ether batteries if you want to, but I still do recommend saving some. Now, this one, a lot of people disagreed with, and that is W engines from the shop. I had a lot of people saying L take on the W engines, and I'm going to actually stand my ground here. But by all means in the comments, you can let me know how you feel. But for W engines in the Signal shop, as of right now, until there has been more proper testing with these W engines, I do not believe any free-to-play or low spender should be getting these W engines as of right now. And I still do stand that these limited 5-star W engines at the beginning of the game are not going to be that powerful in the future. So getting the limited pulls from the Signal shop, in my honest opinion, will always be more valuable. Will always. For free to play and low spenders, it will always. Maybe you can get a W engine in the future once there has been more clear testing on how good these W engines will be. But for right now, and even a few patches down the line, I still believe in getting the limited pulls for free to play and low spenders. Now, if you're a dolphin or you're a whale, do whatever the hell you want. Like, you have money. These other players don't have that option, or they just don't want to spend money. So they need to use their resources wisely. Now, this was just to clear up some points I made in my video. I believe I might not have come off as clear as I possibly could, and I truly do apologize for that. As a content creator, it is my job to give the most accurate information to my audience as possible, while also being as clear as possible to avoid any misunderstandings. I am still new to this. I just had 200 subs less than 2 weeks ago, and now I almost have 2,000 at the time of recording. I understand now that more and more people are going to trust my word, and so it is on me to make sure I give you my words clearly from now on, and also do extensive research and testing on a topic or in-game subject to make sure I am not giving any false information. But most importantly, I wanted to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who has supported me. I am very passionate about Zenlesszonezero, and I don't plan on quitting this game or content creation anytime soon. And here's to a bright future for not only ZZZ, but to our entire Zenlesszonezero community. Check me out on Twitter at Kete7th. Join the Discord with our ever-growing community, and once again, thank you for over 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate every single one of you. And as always, my name is Kete7th, and with that, I'm signing out.